Hey guys, it's Tom Logan back with the review of the Rampage 3 Extreme Gene, or Genie as we seem to call it in the UK. Now just for you that have found one of my videos by searching through YouTube or one down one of the side panels, I don't tend to do things the way that everybody else does. Everybody else will go around the board and tell you exactly what it is and show you screenshots and all that kind of stuff, but I'll pretty much just skim over the important stuff, give you my views, and hopefully tell you a few things that maybe the others won't. Now, one of the things that's going to be on most of your minds, like the immediate question will be, is it as good as the Rampage 3 Extreme but the full-size ATX one? Short answer would be, all bar a little bit short on the base clock, yes. If you put them both at the same clocks, like 200 times 20, with all the same bits, you'll get, do you know what I mean, near enough, practically exactly the same scores. You don't lose anything with that. The maximum base clock I managed to eke out of the 930, which I tested, was 207. It wouldn't go any more no matter what the volts. Now, one of the things that I do want to stress is with these, as you can see at the moment, I've got the Asus 5870 V2 here. I've used the Noctua because as far as I'm concerned it's the best air cooler available on the market, and then we've got some Corsair Dominator GT RAM here. Now as you can see it's quite condensed, there's a lot all in a small space, so when you do get a case you need to take into account making sure that you've got airflow, because there's still an X58 Northbridge underneath there, and they're not the coolest chips in the world, so we do need to make sure that we keep everything cool, especially if you start ramping the clocks up. Now something, I've got the board bolted down at the moment, something I did find kind of strange was underneath the MOSFETs you've got the main sink at the top, which is sadly just like an aluminium fin rather than a cast one like the others are, but there's MOSFETs on the bottom of the board as well. Now these do get hot when they're being clocked, but it's not like searingly, like stupidly hot. I think the main heat that's produced is on top of the board. What I'm going to do, because I've told you that, do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's quite a difficult one because it is almost as good as the Rampage 3 Extreme. Like I said, at the same sort of clocks, it's gonna be performing exactly the same. So it's one of those, if you're building a LAN rig, if you're you want a small system. You know, maybe you've not got the room for a massive rig, or you want something for the front room, then this is absolutely perfect. It's probably the best micro ATX performance board that I've actually played with, and I've had a few. There was one that was absolutely diabolical, and I won't go too much into that at the moment because I'm still weighing up the pros and cons whether I actually want to tear that board a new hoop. But this is brilliant. For the size, we're expecting it to come in around the UK mark, probably around 200, 225 pounds. So absolutely brilliant. It'd be perfect for a high-powered small or LAN rig. Now, what I want to do is pop you off the camera and then run you around a close look of the Noctua and the RAM setup, because everyone says, does this fit, does that fit, can we get this on there? So I'm just going to show you quickly. All you have to do is get the Noctua on there and the Dominator GT RAM. Right, just a quick one just to show you. If you put the if you use the Noctua, it's ever so slightly too short. If they made this thing like 3-4 mil higher, you'd have no problems whatsoever. So all you have to do is take the top sink off of the inside bit of the RAM, and it doesn't really get hot, and it's only a few screws. You've got a screw there, and a screw there, and you just pop that off. And then with the fan, you just mount it a tiny little bit higher. And then you get no issues whatsoever. I do all of my benching like this with not only the Genie, but with the full-size Rampage as well. I have to do that, and I don't get any problems. I get great temperatures. So there you go. And if I come round, while we've got you off the tripod, you can see that there is loads of room between the graphics card and the Northbridge, so if you have got a case with airflow where it's blowing down this way, that will help to keep the Northbridge down there quite tidy. Help keep it cool. Wait for the camera to focus. As you can see, it's very compact. In the right case, it'd look lovely. Right, I'm going to pop it back on the tripod. So, you might say it's a short review, but it's because there's not really a lot I can say about it, because it's bloody good. Do you know what I mean? You just need to have a look at the Rampage 3 Extreme. There's not so many of the extreme kind of like stupid overclocking, like mega pro features, like for phase and dice testing and liquid nitrogen. It's just a really good micro ATX enthusiast board. Do you know what I mean? It does overclock, so you could say overclocking board as well, but mainly just for what I would call performance users, proper enthusiast users that want to overclock the rig a bit. 4 GHz, no problem with a 930. It'll get you there easy peasy. Chuck a graphics card in it and have a really good, fast, stable machine. This is absolutely perfect. So yeah, I'm going to stop blathering on. I do want to give you guys a bit of a heads up, because I have got some humongous stuff coming. Keep your eyes peeled. I'm not sure when I'm going to be allowed to put the first video up. It could be Wednesday, like tomorrow, or it might be Thursday, because I need to get clarification on NDA. I've got some big stuff coming for you, and I hope there's going to be plenty of you that go enjoy it. But for now, anyway, I'm going to grab my remote and do the classic old Tiny Tom Logan finish. For now, at least, this is Tiny Tom Logan.